Hello ATS 315 students, it is Dr. Schragi and I am talking to you today from beautiful Hobstadt, Indiana. You guys probably all know that this is a completely online course. I actually no longer live in Omaha. I moved to southern Indiana about a year and a half ago to be with my family who, my wife is a dentist and she opened a practice down here. We live here with our two boys. Xavier is 5 years old, he's rocking kindergarten this year, and Gabriel is 2. And this online teaching stuff is a pretty good gig. I think that we're doing a good job, and it's certainly an interesting new challenge. Alright, as I said, this is going to be a completely online course, but that doesn't mean that you have no contact with me or anything like that. I'm always available to you. You can always write to me, and you should definitely get in the habit of, feeling like you can talk to me on Skype. We can do things like share screens. I can work through your problems with your programs with you, or whatever you need. I officially will have office hours every day from noon to 1. I will be near a computer with Skype, all that kind of good stuff during those times. But honestly, you can contact me, especially via email or a text message or Google Hangouts or something like that anytime. I might be busy and I might have to use that as an opportunity to schedule a time to meet with you, but you can always contact me. There's only 3 of you guys, I think, this semester. It'll be fine. This semester, ATS 315 is about programming. We're going to be learning how to write programs the way atmospheric scientists do in their real jobs. We're going to be using the C programming language for most of the semester. Is C what most programs are written in atmospheric science? Maybe not, but C is a very general language. If you can program in C, it's going to be very quick and easy for you to pick up whatever languages they use at your future workplace, because they're all going to be working in a very similar manner. It just so happened I already had all this class, from previous semesters set up to use C. We're going to be working on a computer that is physically in my house, in my office. The name of the computer is Chesapeake, and it is a Linux computer, not a Windows computer or a Mac computer. We'll be learning all about that over the course of the semester, exactly how that's all done. This is a good experience for you because in the atmospheric sciences, we really use Linux computers. I mean, really very little in meteorology is done on a Mac or a PC. It's generally done on Unix computers, particularly Linux computers, and we'll be learning about what all that means over the course of the semester. As an online course at Creighton, we are expected to divide the material up in the class into 8 modules. Modules is the online learning term for something like units. And these 8 modules that I have for this semester are already all set up for you on Blue Line. Each one of them is going to be taking approximately 2 weeks. There's one that's much less material and we only do it in 1 week. That makes it work out just right so that we are done at the end of dead week, at the end of the semester. It's extremely important in this class not to fall behind. And to help you with that, I have made a calendar for you. And you should get the calendar from Blue Line and do whatever it takes to help you know those dates. Does that mean put it up on your refrigerator with a piece of tape? Does that mean put all the dates into your phone so that alarms go off? Whatever works for you, I don't care. But get that calendar and make sure that you stay on track, because this is not the kind of class you can really fall behind in. Okay? We have discussions, we have lots of homework sets, etc. This course is kind of, it's not like you're going to do 2 projects over the course of the semester. That's often how like a computer science course is taught. Instead, this class is going to be expecting you to be writing programs more or less every day. I think you end up with about 17 assignments over the course of the semester. Think of this class as more like piano lessons. I don't know if you ever took piano lessons when you were a kid or anything like that, but if you waited until the night before your next piano lesson and tried to do all the lessons at that time, you found out it doesn't work. Pretty much you had to practice every day. And in the same sort of way, don't think you're going to do the whole assignment the night before it's due. I mean, maybe, but more importantly, get a little bit done each day so that it's just always on your mind. You always know how to do things that you've learned in previous units. You're just always exercising your mind. Over the course of the semester, we're going to be writing programs that work with meteorological data and do common meteorological calculations. And then eventually we're going to be moving into graphics, and you're going to be learning how to make maps and contours and so on. It's actually a really fun class. I mean, you really get a good sense of the kinds of things busy meteorologists do in their jobs some fine day. You don't have a textbook in this class. Most of what we do comes from a manual that I wrote about 10 years ago, and I keep updating so that it has the instructions for how we'll do things each semester. And that manual is completely available to you on Blue Line. You will be just accessing it there as PDF files. That's fine with me. And there's a second book that we use that is actually out of print, but that's okay. The author makes it available as a PDF, and that's called In the Beginning Was the Command Line. Now, I actually still have a print copy of the book, and this book is awesome. It's also hilariously out of date. Neal Stephenson is an awesome author. If you're unfamiliar with him, he's sort of a Hemingway-style figure in modern literature. He's a very, very successful writer, both critically and commercially. His books are just absolutely amazing. He writes about anything from science fiction to the history of the restoration of the monarchy in England to, I mean, all kinds of interesting ideas. And as it happens, for a long time he worked as a computer programmer and did system administration and so on. And in about the late 90s, he wrote a book called In the Beginning Was a Command Line that explains the pros and cons of different operating systems and why you would make certain choices and so on. And it is a great book. It's also very much out of date. This is all before, like, Android and iOS and iPads and all that kind of stuff. The rise of Google Chrome OS and things like that. He doesn't have any of that stuff in here. That's actually good. It'll be really interesting for us to take this book and his ideas and figure out what did he have right and what did he have wrong about how the computer market would be changing and so on. This book's out of print, but that's okay. The whole PDF of the book is available to you at the top of the page there on Blue Line as well. It's called In the Beginning Was the Command Line. Alright, so we're going to have a series of homework assignments due on various days over the course of the semester. You're going to get that stuff from the calendar. Then there's also a total of 6 different, I call them exams. They're actually more like quizzes. 3 of them are just written exams that we'll be taking on Blue Line. You'll just be answering multiple choice, fill-in-the-blank type questions on Blue Line. And 3 of them are practical exams. A practical exam comes to us from ideas like nursing and so on. In nursing, they have tests where they actually have to draw blood from somebody, or they actually have to, you know, intubate somebody or whatever. They have to actually do something practical. In the same way, on the 3 practical exams, you'll have like an hour to either write a little program that does something, or more commonly, maybe edit a little program. I'll give you a program that has a problem or isn't quite finished, and you finish the program, and I'll give you like an hour or something to do it. As we get closer to the practical exams and the written exams, I'll give you more information about that. But the majority of the points over the course of the semester come from the homework sets and from the discussions. Every online course at Creighton is required to have discussions in each module, so there's a total of 8 discussions in the course of the semester related to that Neal Stephenson book. Creighton requires that you have an original post where you answer the questions I pose in the discussion, and then a few days later you have to have responded to the posts of 2 of your classmates. Well, as it happens, there's only 3 of you guys, so that's going to work out just fine. You'll just respond to what each of the other 2 students wrote, and you'll have met the requirements of the discussion. As long as you meet the deadlines and you write in a professional manner, it isn't written like a text message or something, you're going to be fine on those discussions. Okay, I think that's just about everything that we need for ATS 315 for fall of 2015. Please let me know if you have any questions. This is Dr. John Schrage, and I am looking forward to a semester of one of my very favorite courses.